hasn't it? 9 months or so, something like that. Do apologise for all those of you that have subscribed recently. Thank you so much. For those of you watching this video and are not subscribed, please consider doing so. It really helps me out and it gives me the oomph, if you like, to go and make some more videos. So what's this video all about then? Well, as I'm sure you can tell by the thumbnail, I've bought a new air rifle and it's the one that I've been after for ever since I saw it on AAR on air a couple of years ago, I guess now, when I first saw it, and I fell in love with it instantly, which is why I've gone and bought one. Still keeping my HW110, beautiful piece of kit. I've no plans on getting rid of that. So here we are, here we have it, my baby, if you like. Let's have a closer look at it, shall we? 250cc carbon bottle with a neoprene wrap on it for comfort. It has an adjustable butt pad, which I found very useful. When I first took this gun down the range, it was digging in my shoulder a little bit, and dropping this down here brought my eye perfectly into line with the scope, and it felt really comfortable. The manometer is in a really useful place, as opposed to on the end of the cylinder like you've got on the HW110. So that's easy to read, just where you want it. It's got an AR-15 style pistol grip, and the cocking lever is on the left of this, but it can be swapped to the other side quite easily. It's smooth, really smooth. Cross bolt safety from left to right. The trigger is a dream on this one. You can adjust them, but I've found that this straight out of the box is absolutely perfect. It doesn't need any adjusting at all. The magazine, now this I really like about this, because the magazines are metal. They feel a good quality item. Dead easy to load. All you do is you just turn, drop your pellet in, turn again, drop your pellet in, keeping your finger on the hole at the back there, just stop them falling through. Rotate it round, and on this 2.2 version, I've got 12 shots, and you get 2 of these magazines. Now the good thing about this, or one of the good things I like about this, if I just get that, it loads from the right. Sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed. The thing I like about it is that once the magazine's inserted, as you can see there, it's quite symmetrical. So it's not stuck out, you know, like some do. As you can see, it's quite symmetrical on both sides, which is really good. I've got the Veyron 4-16 B44 on the top, which is I've taken off my other one. Love it, love that scope. Now the barrel shroud, it's a hefty piece of engineering, is that. It looks the business, it looks mean, doesn't it? It acts as a suppressor, and it's really quiet. There's no need to add any other external suppressor. The barrel is a hammer forged CZ barrel, known for their accuracy. Now it has this M-lock thing underneath on the hand grip, supposedly so you can attach toys and things to it, but in all honesty, if you take a look at the distance you've got between the M-lock and the shroud, I can't really see you being able to get anything on there really, in all honesty. I think you're going to be struggling to get anything on there. It has a couple of Picatinny rails underneath. I've got a bipod on this one. I'm going to change this bipod because it doesn't it doesn't shrink enough for my liking. It's too high, and that's as low as it goes. So I'm going to get another one for that, a bit lower, and another one there, which is where the magazine holder will go. It looks like a mag, but it's actually a magazine holder, as I'm sure everybody who's watched Vixen videos will know. I've got one of those on the way. Whether I will use it or not, I don't know. We'll see. One thing I do worry about a little bit, where they've got your magazine holder on here, right, your magazines will push out forwards. You'll be able to get the bottom one out, but the top one, I think you're going to struggle to get the magazine out. Your magazines out of your magazine holder with a bipod attached to it. I think you're going to be struggling there. So the usefulness of that will be is yet to be seen, I suppose. The rifle came with a box of goodies. The charging hose I've already got on my bottle, but you get a key ring and a pen, an Airgun Technology's pen, which is also has a handy little measuring device there, so you can measure the size of your groups, which I think is a really nifty little idea. Even when your pen runs out, you can still use this to measure your groups, which I think is brilliant. You do also get a padded bag as well with it. Really good quality. Velcro strapped on the inside. And yes, it does fit in there with all your scope on it and everything. Unlike some other bags that you get free with rifles, you find out when you get your scope on there, or your laser sight on there, or whatever else you're putting on, that it won't fit, so it's neither use nor ornament. But this, it does. This fits in. Got a nice zip pocket on the front as well, so you can put your magazines or your ammunition in there, or targets, or whatever you want to do. So yeah, really good quality bag. So one thing you will have to put up with one of these is it's very easily marked. If I've only got to use my finger and just rub my finger along it like that, and it leaves, if you can see that on camera, it's kind of rough to the touch, and it's sanding off particles of skin. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a shame, because it's going to make it look naff after a while. I suppose you can wipe it down with a lightly oiled cloth. Hopefully that might help to get rid of some of it, but other than that, the finish is quite good. This one's not too bad at the moment, but where you put your magazine in, sometimes you'll be fumbling around trying to get it in. I'm sure we've all done that. And the problem with that, of course, is it's going to scratch it to hell. It's already scratched. It's not too bad, but it's probably a wise idea to make sure you locate your magazine correctly. Otherwise you're going to get it scratched, which is a real shame. For anyone who's wondering about these targets on the wall, these are what I did the other day down at the range, but these are 223 centerfire groups. So I fire a lot of centerfire and stuff now down at the range. Phoenix Range in Carlton, Barnsley, Yorkshire's premier shooting centre. Have a look on the internet. Have a look at their website. Fantastic website. Good place if you're local, or even if you're not. It's a great place to go to shoot. Check them out. Phoenix Range. So it's a couple of days later, and I just thought I'd show you the magazine holder that's arrived, which is great. And I was right about the magazines not coming out of the top. I'll show you that in a second. and also I've got my new bipod on, so let's have a quick close look at those. So as I said, the magazine, it's metal, really sturdy, and you take out your magazines like that and you replace them just as simply. Unfortunately, as I said earlier, with a bipod on you can't get either a magazine in or out of the top one, which is a shame, but having said that, chances are I'm going to have one in the rifle and one in the magazine holder, generally speaking, when you're out in the field. So not too much of a problem for me, but those people who have an extra magazine and carry 3 magazines, then obviously that's going to be a bit of a problem with a bipod on it. So look at this new bipod then. I'll put a link to this in the description if you're interested. It's quite a good one, this, I think, in operation at least. You have a button there. Now normally you pull them like that, but this one you push. It's a push button type of thing, so you push and it has several different angles, so you could have it pointed forwards like that if you wanted to, or you could go the whole hog and have it fully down like that, which I think is brilliant. It has a quick release ring here which you just pull down like that. I mean, the lock's now normally, but if you pull this ring down, it has a spring on this ring here, and that will extend the legs fully. Another feature of this bipod I really like is the fact that it has a 360-degree swivel capability as well. So it will swivel on its bipod around an axis, which I find is really, really useful. And it just tilts as well left to right, slightly. But I love that that swivel action there. So it's really quite a good bipod. I'll put a link to this in the description. It wasn't that much. So I'm expecting some really good things from this rifle. It's going to be an interesting journey. It always is when you get to know a new rifle, isn't it? So why don't you come along with me on that journey and see how this rifle performs. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next part where we'll get out and do some tests with it. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.